welcome to another day at the Cannes Film Festival. Well, the festival is approaching its last and final lap with just a couple of days to go. And over the course of the last 8-9 days, we've seen tons and tons of movies. Well, today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite movies that I saw during this festival. Well, I'm going to start in no particular order, but the film that is everybody's talking about and that most likely is the front runner for the Palme d'Or, which we'll find out on Saturday night. Well, and that is Fatherland by the Polish filmmaker Paweł Pawlikowski. Well, he has shot it in black and white just like his previous films, and it is set just after World War II, and it's a story of a German writer and his daughter who live in California. Now they escaped just before the war or during the course of the war, and now they have come back to the fatherland. Again, it's beautifully shot by Pawlikowski, and it's a very layered film. And what I particularly liked is it doesn't judge any of the characters or what happened then. And one of the craziest films, which was an absolutely wild ride at the festival, was a Korean film called Hope, directed by Na Jong-hin. Now, he made a film called Wailing, which was almost a decade ago, and Hope is the most expensive Korean film ever made. And the money that they've spent is clearly seen. It's almost like the director was trying to show Hollywood how science fiction should be done. And the special effects are absolutely terrific, but above that, the car chases was stunning. I haven't seen anything like this before. Well, the film is set in a small town called Hope Harbor in Korea, where there is some nasty incident that has taken place. Cows have died, people have died, and there is something very sinister going on here. Although the police chief, well, you can call him chief because he's the only police guy there, he doesn't exactly know what's happening here, and then they investigate. Turns out, aliens have landed there. Well, it's not purely a science fiction film in that sense. It touches on many things, but above all, it's a great action film. And as I said, the director has shown Hollywood how good science fiction films and how good action films should be done. One of my favorite films at the festival, well, I don't know if it's going to win any awards, but it's called Hope, and I saw it 1.5 times. If you're wondering what is 1.5 times, well, I saw the full film first. And then next day, since I had no better film to choose from, I saw the first 1 hour of Hope all over again, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Russian filmmaker Andrei Zargintsev is also back at the Cannes Film Festival. Well, a few years ago, he was in coma during COVID times, and the rumors were doing the rounds that he'll not be able to make a film again. But guess what? He's back, and he's back in style. His film Minotaur has been very well received by critics and audiences alike. Well, it's set in Russia, the story is set in Russia in contemporary times, and it's kind of a loose remake of Claude Chabrol's 1969 film called The Unfaithful Wife. Now, this revolves around a family. Well, the husband, he's a rich guy, he's a rich businessman. It's not very clear what he does, but he is rich and he's very well connected. The wife, meanwhile, is not very happy with the marriage, and, well, she is unfaithful to him. And then there is the layer of war that is going on. We all know what's happening between Russia and Ukraine, and the director has nicely layered about the war element in the film, about how even the rich and the powerful ones are forced to send people to war. The other film that I liked a lot is by a Romanian filmmaker called Cristian Mungiu, who was at IFFI back in 2007 when his film 4 months, 3 weeks and 2 days won the top prize. Well, it also won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival that year, and he's back with a film called Fjord. Now, interestingly, the story has similarities with the Hindi film Mrs. Chatterjee vs. Norway, starring Rani Mukherjee. Well, the story is kind of similar. The story is about a family. In this case, it's a Romanian man who meets a Norwegian lady. They get married, they have 5 kids, and they move to Norway. Now, she is a caretaker of sorts while he teaches in a school. Now, one fine day, the daughter is seen with bruise marks on her body, and the school authorities, they let the Child Service Protection know about it. They inform the authorities, and the authorities come and take the children away. Not just that child, but all the children, including a small baby who's still being breastfed. Now, the parents are separated from the children, and then it's a fight of right and wrong. Interestingly, again, the approach and treatment is considerably different from Mrs. Chatterjee vs. Norway. Cristian Mungiu is interested in knowing how society functions, how countries function, what is right, what is wrong, to what degree one should go when it comes to protecting personal freedom and personal liberties. Well, there is no Indian film at the festival here, there is no new Indian film at the festival here, but there is a film from Nepal. It's called Elephants in the Fog, directed by Avinash Vikram Shah. Now, I really enjoyed this film. It played in the uncertain regard category, and amongst all the films that are playing here, this was definitely one of the better ones. So Elephants in the Fog is an international co-production. There are many European countries involved, and clearly it took time developing it, and it shows. So the story revolves around the Kinnar community, the transgenders in Nepal, and we all know the role of transgenders, in particularly in Southeast Asia. They are invited for many occasions like weddings and even childbirth. Um, so here the story is about this lady who is taking care of the Kinnar community, and she's torn between living with a lover and taking care of the woman that she adopted. The film works because of the writing and especially the characterizations. You really feel for the characters about what they are going through. And of course, it helps that this is an international co production, so there is involvement of the Europeans as well, and you can get that European sensibility in some of the scenes. But overall, this is a terrific film and one of the better ones that I saw at the festival here. It's called Elephants in the Fog.